Welcome again, everyone. And in today's agenda, we will cover the main cabinet access sections in the web GUI, and that includes the overview and general settings, the radius and power IQ setting sections. Then we will share a couple of examples, on how everything looks like after setup. And also we will share some helpful resources for your future setup. Let's begin. So what is the cabinet access in our web GUI? This is a functionality that works with the electronic lock kit solution that we offer and allows access to the cabinet to be managed remotely. It allows for remote opening, closing of cabinet doors so that the administrators can provide access to contractors without badges. Also, the electronic lock kit integrates with our eConnect PDUs to eliminate the need for having a separate IP address and a power source. They connect through the field replaceable controller module through the aux port, so it's an easy setup. You can check out the electronic lock section under product in our website for more details. The cabinet access also allows for real-time monitoring and control of cabinet access. To ensure this, the electronic access control system must be properly connected to the eConnect PDU. A great advantage is that this mechanism can be tested right away after its installation. It saves time and resources. The cabinet access overview section will show the status for the front and rear cabinet doors and their respective locks. Whenever a configured card is used with the electronic access control system, the card reader will go ahead and unlock the front or rear door, granting access as needed. It will also include a recent opening, closing log, and this will provide more specific information on the status of the doors and the locks. So it will show which specific cabinet PDU was open or closed and the times and dates they were opened or closed. When using the functionality by pressing the unlock button, it will immediately unlock the electronic lock and provide an updated status on whichever door this applies to. Notice how the front door state in this image shows a force unlocked status and the door shows closed. Once the lock is placed back into the lock state, this status or state will update and show as locked. And this applies to both the front door status and the rear door status. This image shows a similar example as the previous one. The rear door shows a force unlocked state, and it allows to monitor the door and the lock state for the cabinet door. Besides the lock state, the cabinet access functionality also allows tracking the door status of the cabinet. If a door is forcefully open, an alert will show in the door state that says tampered open. This will also show in the syslog entries under the logging section. That way, you can continuously monitor the door and lock behavior uninterrupted. In this image, you can see how both door and lock states are announced. Similarly, you will see this in the syslog entry. We will have the tampered open announcement for the door and the force unlocked for the lock. This image shows the full cabinet access overview section. It shows front door and rear door status, the state for both door and lock, with access to force unlock remotely as needed. And finally, the recent opening closing table specifying doors, cabinet information, and times the status on the top have occurred. Now the next section on the cabinet access is the settings, cabinet access settings. This is the section where door locks are enabled so they can properly work with the electronic access system. By selecting the Enable option and hitting Save, the cabinet access from the web GUI is ready to be used. It also allows the PDU to send alarms and notifications on error conditions in real time. The cabinet lock open time can be modified by entering the number of seconds the lock wants to be kept open without sending a notification or alarm. Similarly, the cabinet door open alarm time lets you set the number of minutes the door can stay open before sending a notification or alarm of its status. The RFID's electronic access system is a feature for smart card reader compatibility with our electronic access system. When this is enabled, the cards programmed for this functionality will be compatible to work with the cabinet access and our electronic lock kit. The Radius card access settings is a different section of the settings for cabinet access, and it provides a simple process to enable electronic access control authentication via Radius in the web GUI. When enabled, it will require Radius server information and Radius access secret information. The ports will be set by default, and the card ID test can be run to confirm all settings have saved properly. Next, the Power IQ card settings is also a special section in the settings, in the cabinet access settings, that enables traps when using specifically Power IQ traps. The function has to be selected and saved to properly function with the Power IQ software. From the syslock entries, you can confirm if the setting has been successfully saved, and the traps should be reflecting this change as shown in the bottom traps table on this slide. Now, for some examples on how this would look like, this one is going to show force unlocked and how it looks like on the electronic lock. So the pink purple light on that video, it shows that the lock has been unlocked and that it's ready to let the door open. So that's why at first we saw that change in color from the blue to the pink, purple. So we press on the unlock button and then we see the change on the light from the lock. We see it on that pink, purple color, and then it transitions again into that blue and it lets the lock open. Now the next example shows a lock that has stayed open for a good minute or two. And in this case, it's going to be a front door lock. So the opening will show in the recent opening closing table that's on this slide, and it shows the specific time that it was open and when it was closed. So it was around 2 minutes almost. Now, for helpful resources and to learn more about cabinet access settings, you can visit the eConnect PDU user manual available on our website. You can find valuable information on settings and additional functionalities on pages 10, 36 to 37, page 45, and page 64.